You've done a lot of deep playoff runs. When you signed here and were part of this organization, is this kind of always what you had in mind?
Um, I think we would get to that point. I mean, I don't think anybody would know when would that would come, but I think you had an idea that we had a good team and good people and a very fun group. So
With all the close wins going into the postseason where things usually come down to the end, how much of a leg up is that for you guys?
uh, I think it don't matter if we don't apply it. We've been tested in different games. We've gained some experience that most teams wouldn't have, especially this early on. So now is the time to apply it.
A lot of these teammates have talked about the impact you made as a leader on the field too, and all that. Where do you feel you've made the biggest impact?
I would probably say that honestly. I just try to share my scores. I feel like I've been around some really cool people, and the thing that you learn the most is just ask questions. And sometimes people don't know the questions to ask, and so you try to just give away the knowledge that you have, and that's kind of what I was trying to do.
Was there a time this year you felt like your words maybe had a bigger impact? Is there a moment?
I mean, that's something you kind of got to ask them. I feel like I talk all the time, more than maybe you guys see, but that's more of a them question.
Bobby, in these playoff settings, the margin of error is so slim. In your experience, what's usually the difference of the outcomes in playoff games, playoff settings?
It's really the details, and who can hold those details and be on the little things as long as they can, because now you have to play your best ball on Sunday or whenever you play. So there is no we'll get them next week now. So just understanding that, but then also just still having fun. I think some teams go in and have that in mind and worry about the mistakes, and doing that makes you make more mistakes.
It's pretty unique because it's kind of like a full circle moment here, because you played Tampa in week 1 and now you get them in the playoffs. What can you take away from that first matchup and kind of learn from it and apply it to this one?
We were a very different team than we were that first game. I think that game was the first time we all played together, and so they were able to do a lot of screens on us. There was different things that they hit that I feel we do a better job, at this point in the season. So we just gotta execute that. They're watching the same film that we're watching, and so they're gonna give us their best, and we're gonna do the same.
Rob, you guys have played so many close games this season. On one hand, how much are you guys? Do you think that helps having played and winning those close games? On the other hand, you guys talk about we want to make sure that it doesn't have to come down to crunch time this week.
I think winning always, is good. But I think, for a young team and, team trying to get experience, having those games where you're up by a lot and you need to, sustain the win. When you're down, you need to come back. You're capable of making those plays. So no matter where you at, postseason, regular season, whatever, it's you're capable of making the plays. You just got to go and do it.
What do you like about the chess match against Baker Mayfield? You guys have gone up each other before.
It's just fun. They kind of run a similar offense that they ran, in LA. So I've kind of seen that a little bit. Obviously, they put a different flavor to it, but it's fun. Whenever you have those matches where they check a play, you check a play, things like that. It's just a fun game, and the whole world is watching. So.
What have you thought about Bucky Irvin? Bucky Irvin.
He's done really well. I think he when he gets the ball in his hands, he can make plays, and so it's somebody that we definitely have to respect. He's capable of popping a long run, a screen play, whenever at any given point. So, he's someone that has our respect.
We've talked to you a lot about being a leader on this team throughout the season. We saw you in Dallas after OZ, that drop pass in the end zone. You were the first or one of the first
y'all
guys
catch everything, huh?
Yeah, to go over and say something to him. Is that a good snapshot of you as a leader, and how important are moments like that for you to have with someone after a tough moment like that?
I really don't do it for that. I do it because everybody's been in that position where you either drop a pass or miss a tackle, and understand, especially that early in the game. And if you kind of look at that or think about that too long, it goes into another play. And so the moment you can dead that, it allows you to go and make another play, which I feel like he did. Later on, he made a spectacular catch that really helped us out.
When did you realize in your career what your words meant to others?
I don't know when that was, but I watched guys like Cam, Chancellor, and Marshawn, and even Sherm, and Russ. Those guys, you saw, what they meant to certain people, and so you just wanted to aspire to be kind of like those guys.
Bobby, there's several guys in that locker room that'll be playing their very first playoff game on Sunday. The Jadens, the Frankies. What do you say to them, or do you say anything at all?
I say it's just another game. It's just more eyes and more media. That's it. It's no different. It's no different than the concept of when we play regular games and you have a primetime game. There's teams that make those primetime games much bigger than what they are, and so they play up to the primetime game. They might play their best game, they might not, and then the next game it's a big dip. And so you want to position yourself to be consistent and play at a high level every game. And so it's just the same concept. It's no different.
Hey, Bobby, what does it mean to you to be able to go back to the playoffs yourself?
It means a lot. It's been a couple years of not being able to go, and so I remember maybe early, it's like OTAs or something. There was some stat, some little tackle playoff record that somebody sent to me, and they was just like, "Oh, too bad you're with the Commanders, so you won't get a chance to get it." So I wish I could find that tweet in that person. So it'd be fun.
How big of an impact is it if you get Marshawn back for this game?
It's going to be great. He's a playmaker. You saw what he was capable of when he got out there and, was out there covering, running around, making plays. And so he's going to be really big for us if we're able to have him.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you.
Appreciate you guys.
Got to find you that
Hold
tweet.
on one second, guys. Hold on 1 second. So, you guys ready? So,
It's a good surprise.
Happy birthday.
We should let Jaden give it to him.
Where is it? Is he here? So,
Jaden, come on in.
Surprised. I don't know.
all right.
I don't know
Now,
what's going
it's for the Washington media. We always take a vote every year about the guy who's helps us the most in our jobs. The Good Guy Award winner for this year is Bobby Wagner.
Man, I appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Come on.
Insane.
You'll get it next year. Do better.
But in all seriousness, just because when in the spring I remember talking to guys and they'd be like, you say, "Oh, Bobby Wagner's here." Bobby Wagner, for a guy of your stature, you're as normal as can be, and it's just a regular guy to deal with, and we really appreciate that. Just from regular conversations in the locker room to dealing with us out here, the insight you give us is very appreciated. But just the manner in which you conduct yourself is awesome. So that's why you were an easy winner for this
I
award.
really
So
appreciate
Well
it.
deserved.
I'm grateful.
Thanks for all you do.
You guys have been amazing to work with. Hopefully, it's not the last time I see you guys. So.
Yeah, for sure. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Congrats, Bobby.
Fred, the other thing is, I want to find out a charity from you that we can donate to in your name.
Oh, that'd
So
be
yeah,
amazing.
that's the second part of it. Is that? So
And
there
Kime
is-
forgot the plaque.
Yeah, no, we don't. We haven't had a plaque.
I'm just kidding around.
We have, no. Tony Wiley lost the plaque.
I remember because it was Trent one year.
Yes, it was.
I feel like the last one.
The last
the
one
thing
is
was
like
Trent.
years ago. So it'd be a lot to get that thing updated. I do want to find out the charity.
Bobby Wagner just snapped your 4-year run as the Good Guy Award winner. Are you all right with that?
I'm great with that. You know what I mean? It was getting it was getting lonely at the top, you know. But if I had to lose to anybody, Bobby would definitely be the person I would want to lose to. He's a true professional. I've learned a lot from him since he's been here. So, what was that? 5 straight?
I think it was
4? All right.
Pretty
good. You got to check the stats to see if that's a record or something. So, but yeah, that's what's up.
Serious note, obviously, road playoff game this weekend.
Yeah.
How fired up are you just on a personal level you set the touchdown record, now you got a road playoff game to prepare for. What does it all mean for you?
I'm extremely excited to be playing in the playoffs with this group of guys. We set out to be in this position at the start of the year. And, we really believed in ourselves coming into this season. The work that we put in up until this point has been great. The way we've developed, we hit some adversity in the middle of the season, and we came back out finishing undefeated to end the season. So we definitely had that momentum going into the playoffs. But we're excited now because it's everybody's 0-0, and this is a new season. And, we want to play our best on Sunday. So we're really excited for the challenge. We know the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable, and this is why we train so hard to have a chance to go chase the Lombardi. So I'm extremely excited. I just want to be laser focused and be ready when my number is called.
How cool is it kind of you start the season off in Tampa,
Yeah.
and now the first playoff game is against Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Full circle moment. What can you learn from that first meeting to kind of
Yeah.
bring it to this one?
Yeah, it was. We're a completely different team now than we were then, and it's probably same with them. I mean, both teams have improved. Both teams have had to adjust, and I think we've really found an identity at this point of the season. Whereas that was our first game of the season. That was Jaden's first NFL snaps, and we weren't perfect by no stretch of the imagination, but you could still see the intensity in which we played with. But now at this time of the season, I feel like our execution is a lot better and needs to be a lot better. And over the last few weeks, I think we've gotten off to a few slow starts, and if we can get out and put some points on the board early, allow our defense to kind of play with a lead, I think that gives us a chance to be successful. For us, it means protecting the football. It means getting those first downs and being in second and manageable, third and manageable, so we're not behind the sticks and they can't pin their ears back. But I'm excited to see what this game's going to look like for us. And the thing about our preparation is that's something we take our pride in. And I think we're having a great week of preparation so far, and we're looking to compete against a really good team. They have a lot of playoff experience, a lot of veteran players, so it's going to be a 4-quarter battle.
On Monday, with all the close games you guys have had this season, DQ said, "We like crazy." That was his quote.
Yeah.
So with all these close games you've experienced during the regular season, how can that maybe help in the playoffs when it comes crunch time?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, a lot of times teams possibly struggle when those gotta-have-it situations or those 2-minute, crunch time moments. And for us, we've had plenty of experience over the course of the season having success in those moments, whether it's drives before halftime, drives at the end of the game, having to come back and put points on the board, getting a stop, the defense had to do in New Orleans. So we've seen just about every scenario there is, and I guarantee in the playoffs is going to be something different. But I think we're battle tested and ready for those moments, and the fact that we practice them at a high level and execute them at a high level gives us confidence going into the game that we could do it again. But once you get out there, you have to do it. Just because we had success in the past doesn't guarantee that we're going to have success in the future. But to know that we have those reps in our back pocket is extremely is very good for us to go into this game with those kind of reps. And it's going to take 4 quarters to beat this team. And I think if we could execute better than we did the first time around and create some turnovers, I think that'll really help our cause.
Terry, obviously, week 1 probably doesn't do a ton for you guys now. Things have changed so much. Mm-hmm. But that game and the next game was quiet for you. Clearly, after that, it got loud.
Right.
What changed, do you think, for you or the offense from that early stage to how it played out?
Yeah, I think we were all learning each other, learning the system in a game-like fashion, figuring out what our identity was. Those first few games were just like all teams across the league. You're trying to figure out what your identity, what you do well, what plays you execute at a high level. And obviously, having a first-time coordinator with this group, first-time rookie quarterback, and a new group of skill guys, O-line, everything was new is my point. And that's going to take some adjusting. And as you can see over the course of the season, we started to get a rhythm. And I think what really stood out was our ability to continue to put pressure on defenses, staying on the field. We were in third and manageable a lot. We were perfect going on 4th down for months on end. And so that level of execution, that level of focus is what's going to take to try to win this game. And just for myself personally, I think I've just tried to stay patient and understand that this is a work in progress. It's not going to be built overnight. And, I've definitely seen the development of my role in this offense. And I've improved even over the season of just getting more comfortable with what Cliff is trying to run and me and Jaden being on the same page. And as you can see, over the last few weeks, we've had a lot of guys step up from OZ and Dayami. I still believe, Luke will have a chance to have some opportunities to make some plays. And that's the thing about the playoffs. You never know who's going to come up and make the plays. You never know who's going to be in that scenario. And the good thing about our group is we have guys who are confident in themselves to make those plays. So I'm just excited to be one of the leaders of this team and playing for it all. You know, I mean, I really don't want to take this for granted because it's not as easy as it may perceive to be get into the playoffs. And especially when you're doing it the right way with a great group of guys. So you don't want this streak to end. You don't want this ride to end. So it's on us to go out there and win so it doesn't.
We can probably bail, but I don't know if you want to.
Most definitely. This time last year, I think I was on vacation. So it's good not to be on vacation and playing for it all.
Two more. You guys would realistically have a chance to be in this position when they first started rebuilding?
Yeah. You never know what it's going to look like when you first put so many different pieces together. But I think when I started to get a feel of the culture that DQ was setting and the group of people that they had brought into this building, new faces, veteran faces, young faces, and the work that we put in, honestly, on the field day in, day out was something that stuck out for me from day one. DQ's emphasis of the winning time moments and seeing those come to fruition during the season, and us getting better over the course of the season, executing those kind of plays and scenarios, definitely gave me an indication that we had a chance to go as far as we wanted to. And even through the adversity that we had when we had that losing streak, you know, we were playing solid football, but we weren't playing up to our capabilities. And then to turn around and go on a winning streak at the end of the season just shows that we can compete with any team in the league. And I think it's about us focusing on the details of what makes us successful. Offensively, like I said, is, you know, staying in second and third and manageable, staying on the field, continue to put the pressure with our tempo on the defense, making the plays down the field, and you know, defensively continue to just tackle well, create turnovers, and you know, make it hell for the offensive team. And when if we can play some complementary football, you know what I mean, some turnovers, we're able to get short field, we score, we get up a few scores, whatever that looks like. Special teams making a play, those kind of things are huge when it comes to playoff games because, you know, you only get one shot to win this game. There's no do-overs. There's no you'll get it next time. But being in the pressure-like situations that we've been up against this year has definitely given us confidence going into this game. So going into the year, it was really exciting to see how we've all developed and come together as a brotherhood. And I think, honestly, that's been a big reason why we've come out on the other side of a lot of these close games because of the love that we have for one another and the trust that we have that we're going to get the job done.
Next one.
Yesterday, Johnny Newton said that he was in the tubs with John Allen, and John Allen was like, "Man, you don't know how lucky you have it."
Hell yeah.
Have you had any kind of moments like that this week? Have you got any kind of message to, you know, some of the rookies, some of the other guys on this team about what this week means?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, John is 100% right. You don't know how good you got it, you know, and I think that's a blessing to be in a situation where you're coming as a rookie and you get to have a taste of success in the NFL and what it takes to build to this point. So now you have a standard of what it's supposed to look like year in, year out going forward in your career. You know, as far as I'm concerned and how that goes, I think it's just I'm just fortunate to be in this situation. You know, the last few years we haven't been in the playoffs, and it sucks. You know, I mean, when you can have all the individual accolades, you can have 1,000 yards, but if you're not playing for the Lombardi Trophy, it's really all for nothing. And everybody knows I'm an extremely competitive person, and I love to win. And it's great to be in an environment where everybody feels the same, and it's not just lip service. We do what it takes to make sure that we put ourselves in a situation to win. And I think everybody feels that sentiment, and it's the reason why we're able to attack the weeks that we have with our preparation and go out there and have fun. And so, you know, I think just going into this week, we had to come out with a lot of energy, you know, not as flat as we were last year. We're going to come out with energy, you know what I mean? Not we have to, but we're going to come out with some energy. We're going to come out very physical and ready to, you know, battle for 4 quarters against a good team. And we know it's going to be 4 quarters, so we don't have to ride the highs and the lows. We're going to make plays. They're going to make plays. But one thing DQ's always said, it's always about the next play. You know, having that next play mentality, good or bad, is what's going to help us sustain the ebbs and flows of a playoff game. But this is what you train for. You know, I mean, I'm extremely excited to be in that arena with my teammates and compete for it all.
Awesome. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Terry. Your personal journey from signing here, you know, pushing through everything, people questioning what you had left to now. You win 12. You guys win 12 games. You're in the playoffs. What kind of personal validation do you feel?
I mean, honestly, obviously, it feels good to be a part of a winning team again and have an impactful role. But I don't look at this as a revenge tour, and it's all about me, really. Obviously, last year was extremely difficult for me individually. Once Cliff left Arizona and I hurt my knee that same year, last year was just extremely tough. And so for me to just be able to come out here and really enjoy football again, really enjoy the process with the guys. And I still feel like I had good football in myself, and I just needed a really good opportunity and being around people that believed in me. And Cliff and DQ have just been so amazing to me, to my family, and so it's just been awesome to repay their faith in me.
The margin for error in these playoff games are so slim. In your experiences during playoff games, what ultimately is the difference in these games?
But all football games come down to execution. You can't put any more merit on this being any different than the other games. It's still the same things that determined wins and losses in the regular season are still the same things that determine the playoffs. Whoever scores more points is going to win the football game. That's still the rule. So for us, it's just going out there, limiting the turnovers, having as many explosive plays as possible, and find a way to win the game, whether we score 10 points and win or 30 points and win. It's irrelevant to us. We just got to find a way to win.
You know, anytime you get to play another week, you earned it, and it's a blessing. So we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Kind of full circle moment here. You played Tampa in week 1, and now you get them again in the playoffs. What can you learn from that first game and kind of apply to this one?
Yeah, no, I mean, week 1, God, feels like forever ago. You know, we're not the same team. They're obviously not the same team, but it's a good way to look at how we attacked each other. So it's going to be a fun game, and we're looking forward to it.
The level of work you had to put in to come back and come back early, does this kind of make it all worth it?
For sure. I mean, all you can ask for in the NFL is opportunity and a chance, and I think the guys did a really good job of, doing what we had to throughout the season to give us an opportunity to be in the postseason. And if there's anything I can do to help out, I was going to take that chance. So, it feels really good to be here for it.
Johnny Newton told us yesterday that you guys were sitting in the tubs after practice. He said, man, you don't know how lucky you have it, with the success this year. Can you tell us just about that message and what that means to you and this team, just where you guys were these last several years and where you are right now this week?
It means a lot. I think as a rookie, you come in and you have a lot of success your first year. I think you can get into the trap where you feel like it's always going to be like that, and that's just not the case, So I just told him how great of an organization it has become over the last year or two, and, man, it's a really special opportunity to play in the playoffs, because not everybody had that opportunity, so it's a blessing for sure.
Stopping their rushing attack is going to be a big layer to this game. How can you kind of improve that aspect of the defense?
I think, all guys doing their job. We don't need one guy doing 11 jobs, but all 11 doing one job and just playing with great energy and effort. And, it's going to be a physical game. And as a defensive line, we're looking forward to that challenge and opportunity.
John, what did you have a sense of what DQ and Adam were trying to build here?
When I first met them, when they first came in, I definitely knew that they were doing something special. So I knew from very early on. But I had like 2 minutes before I have to go to meetings.
Thanks, John.